defense. Defense. Right now. So put all your stuff against it. Back top.
Amway Canadian Cup.
And there you see 3 of his 4 goals this year. Absolutely sensational. Luca Uccello scored the other goal on Saturday night in the 2-1 victory. He was named as a reserve.
They got the game against them in Montreal. Raheem Edwards was one of the goal scorers, and he looks to do the exact same thing today. Matt and Terry, take it away.
Thank you, Chantel. FC Montreal in those matches. They're led by a 17-year-old, Balou Jean-Yves Table, who has scored twice this year. That's the most on the Montreal side.
Yeah, he was born in the Ivory Coast. He came to Canada at a young age. He has 2 goals, as you said, in 9 appearances. In 2014, he was named the Canadian Under-17 Male Player of the Year. He's a winger.
Will be Alex Bono starting today, making his 8th appearance.
Such a force. He just floats it up to the back post. Skylar Thomas picks up the second ball, deflects into the keeper's hands.
Chaudière will swing it in for Montreal, and Montreal player is down in the box, and the referee will whistle the play dead and signal for the trainer as the can't make out what number that is, but looks to be holding the back of his head, and so anytime there is a head injury, some immediate
hits it with the outside of his foot. Maybe it would have been better just feeling it with his instep, where he got a little bit more control.
Montreal on the offensive now. Chaudière. The challenge there from Brian James, dispossessed only for a moment, and Chaudière will find Mayo Giguère. Ricci for Mayo Giguère. Charbonneau, push forward. Chaudière. Cachere, trying to find Secunda. Comes down to him in the area, crossed in, and Thomas is there to meet it. Skylar Thomas has been very solid defensively in the opening 16 minutes. Always seems to be in the right position.
Yeah, he's reading the game really well. He had a brave header in the first minute off a Montreal corner. Also, his distribution's been good. That time maybe he could have passed his way out, but every time once he's intercepted the ball, he's found a red shirt.
Let's send it pitch side to Chantal Boy with an update on the injured Simon Lemire.
Thanks, Matt. And yeah, guys, it looked like it is a groin injury. I think he did a little bit of an overextension trying to clear that ball. The ball was a little out of his reach, playing the pass, and it looks to be a groin. And I think right now he has ice on it, but he will definitely not be back in this game.
Thank you, Chantal. He was subbed out in the 8th minute by Zachary Secunda. So the Montreal side forced to go to their bench early. And this is out for a Montreal corner. Neither keeper really been tested yet. Alex Bono standing in the Toronto goal. Played short. Chaudière wheels around back. Béon Goyette. On the near side for Cachere. Lofted in and headed away. Thomas and Liam Fraser were both there to meet it for Toronto, and it's Malik Johnson. A little bit of a lone wolf on that far side. We'll find Bouba Job. Tainter. Fraser. Skylar Thomas wearing the captain's armband this morning. Uccello. Thomas. Fraser. James. And it'll be a free kick one for Toronto.
Yeah, Fraser forces that pass a little bit. James was well marked in the middle of the park. He might have been better going out wide to Joe. But his TFC have started to play well in recent weeks. One of the things that I've noticed, Matt, is there's more consistency in the lineup. We're not seeing as many players coming down from the first team and playing. Players, consistency is so important to get that match sharpness and to get to that your timing right. It takes 3 or 4 games, and these players now are at that stage, and it's important too, building those relationships up in and around the field, whether you're right back with your right midfielder, with your striker. It's so important that you know the tendencies of the players around you.
Job will keep it in on the far side. And now here's Brian James for Osorio. Liam Frazier works around one man into the middle for Uccello. Tainter looking to set up for Toronto. Sends Job up the right flank. Gets it in the corner, crosses in, weakly eyeing Hundle. And Montreal will start back the other way. Keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the USL and its 29 teams. Secunda trying to find Dominguez on the right side. Osorio able to get to it first and send it out to touch for a Montreal throw. Charbonneau.
Defensively, TFC looked very good today. There's definitely a soft and a hard pressure. What I mean by that is when they think they can go and win it, they're hunting in groups. But when they can't get the ball from Montreal, they're sat back, they're compact, and they've been difficult to break down. The distances between the lines is very good. There's a good balance between the back 4 and the midfield 3 today.
Goal kick coming for Toronto as Mkungilwa was not able to get away from Bouba Job. Taken quickly up for Osorio. Johnson. Osorio. Liam Frazier. Brian James not able to run onto that. Crépeau sends it forward and stumbles. And luckily for him, nobody pressuring the ball on his teammate. Secunda. Offside flag up as Tabla was just in behind Skylar Thomas. 21 minutes played here at the Ontario Soccer Centre. No score between Toronto and Montreal.
Before the game, Matt, I was talking to Chris Pozniak, the assistant coach for TFC2, about what he thought about how TFC have been improving of late. And I asked him what he thought had been good about the team and what's impressed him of late. And he said the build-up play in the first 2/3 of the pitch has been excellent. He's been impressed by their passing and movement. It's all been slick. And also he said the defending in their own third and own box has been ruthless. They haven't been giving away any sort of simple opportunities for opposition. And when I asked him about Montreal and what we had to watch out for, he said he agreed with me. He said they look good against Cincinnati despite their bad form leading up to it. And also they had a couple of good individuals in Tabla and Chaunia.
There's an opportunity for Montreal now. Rigi not able to get to it as Liam Frazier will send it out towards midfield. Hundle pressuring the ball against Mayor Giguère. Charbonneau. Charbonneau once more. Picked off by Frazier. Montreal able to get it back. Bayon Goyette. Dominguez. Secunda. Rigi. Secunda again. Offside flag up. It's a good interplay there from Montreal, but just behind the Toronto defense. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information.
Yeah, I've been impressed with the right back, Secunda. He looks very mobile. He's a real attacking right back. He played a 1-2 there, just offside. It's important that Osorio doesn't get caught ball watching. Secunda came from, he's Canadian, but he spent his youth career at Auxerre in France, so he comes with good pedigree.
This comes down for Johnson. Johnson making a run forward, and nothing there as he was bodied off the ball sharply by Dominguez. still down in some discomfort and now played out by Montreal. And they'll give an opportunity for Johnson to get some attention.
Wow, real strong tackle from Dominguez. By the laws of the game, Matt, you're allowed to go shoulder to shoulder, but when you really barge a player over that, rarely do you see the foul not given here. It's difficult for...
Looked like he may have got a bit of an elbow in there too.
Yeah, he lifts his arm a little, but it's difficult for Johnson to protect himself when you're at full flow reaching for a ball. He's wide open, and you can see it looks like he's just holding his knee right now. Maybe when he planted it, it twisted a little bit with the force from Dominguez.
It would be a very unfortunate loss for Toronto if Malik Johnson is not able to continue. And a de facto unofficial water break for both sides here. Temperatures are pretty favorable. Not a lot of heat today. Not as much as we had on Saturday anyway. And the wind isn't forceful. It's actually nice and cooling right now.
Oh, it's nice. Going through Malik Johnson's stats and doing a bit of research before the game, one of the things that came to me was, yeah, he plays out wide and he doesn't get as many opportunities in front of goal, but he has an impressive 4 goals in 11 games. But that's just off of 5 shots. What a strike rate that is. 80%. That's good math from me.
Absolutely. They told me there would be no math.
But he needs to shoot more. How in 11 games for an attacking player if you only had 5 shots, especially when you're scoring 4 goals? He's got such a short back lift. He gets his shot off so quickly. For me, he could be a little bit more selfish in and around the box.
Fans, you see the packed house here this morning. Lots of school kids in attendance, but if you want to be in attendance for a Toronto FC2 game and want to get your season seats, they are now on sale, $120 a seat. You can visit tfc2.ca for more information and to secure your seats today. Johnson looks like he will be fit to return and is now back allowed onto the pitch. Uccello trying to run this down. It's Montreal who have it though. Sent out wide. Secunda able to keep it in. Beonguet.
Great pressure.
Picked off by Bernal. Spin around move there. Finds Hundo. Hundo! He sent it high. Glorious opportunity for the teenager. And he puts it over the goal.
We were talking about that before the game. If TFC could get their pressure right in the attacking third, they'd create opportunities. This is the 3rd time Sal Bernal picks off a pass here. You just see him creeping. He knows it's going to go there. Uses initially Hundo as a decoy, plays a great ball in time. Hundo couldn't have taken a better touch. He just leans back at that final part where he needs to hit the target and keep composed. So far this season, he's been so good in those situations. That's 2 great opportunities for TFC in the first 26 minutes.
Johnson up the right side, and now he will win the free kick here off Dominguez. A second spirited battle between those two in the last 2 minutes. And Toronto have had the better of the opportunities thus far. Played forward by Osorio, but right to Montreal defender. It's Meilleur Giguère. Beonguet. A little bit too far for Tabla.
Again, good awareness there from Skylar Thomas. He could have headed it clear. Sees that Tabla's, he's his lone striker there as a number 9. There's no one else up there. Just lets it go back to Bono. When your confidence is high and you're playing well, those are the little things that you start to do well.
Hundo. Up on the left side, Johnson will look to run onto it. Johnson finds Uccello. Johnson again, now Osorio. Lofted in, looking to pick out Hundo or Bernal, but mishit. And now Montreal will have an opportunity to clear. Secunda banks it off of Johnson and will be out for a Montreal throw.
He gets a little bit lucky there. If I'm the coach of Montreal, I don't want to see my right back and my own third back healing it. Good pressure from TFC.
Tainter sends it back for Bono. Played up for Frazier. Long ball looking for Hundo, and the offside flag is up.
Close one there. Fraser's playing such an important role today. He stepped into that holding midfield role just in front of the back forward. Just before I talk about him here, we'll see the offside. Another great early ball, similar to the one that set up the Sam Burnell chance. I think the linesman just gets it right. It's tough to see from that angle. Good run from Hundell, just pulling off the shoulder of the center half for Montreal. But sat in front of that the back four, such a crucial role when you play a 4-3-3 system. There's a lot of ground to cover in the middle of the park. There we see again a great interception from Fraser. Not only has he done the defensive stuff well, but his passing's been spot on.
And Burnell with another opportunity, trying to pick out Hundell. And it's cleared away by the Montreal defender, Mayor Giguère, and just out for a throw, nearly out for a corner. Johnson, Uccello, Osorio, Fraser. Bouba Job.
Job just needs a center forward or James, someone to play with there. He's on his own out there. He's just looking for a target man to come into that space, a bounce pass where he can play a 1-2.
Tainter. Osorio. Dominguez wins that away from Johnson. Segunda. Leon Goyette up for Tabla. Not able to keep it in.
Tabla caught just a little bit flat-footed there. He didn't really show for the ball or spin him behind. His movement needs to be a little bit better up top for Montreal.
Tainter trying a long ball for Hundell again. He's onside, has some defenders to deal with. Dishes for Job. That fancy footwork from Bouba Job. That set up the Luca Uccello goal on Saturday. And he's got it back now. Just trying to keep it in, and he's won a throw. So often we see that from Job, all that dancing around the ball. Thrown in for Uccello. Job trying to win it back. Unable to do so. Cleared out for another Toronto throw.
Yeah, he loves the fancy footwork, Job, on the outside. He's got such quick feet. And that's all we saw in his first season with TFC too. But this year, he started to add a final product to his game. He had a great pass for Uccello's goal on Saturday.
There's Hundell. Works into the area, trying to pick out Johnson. Well defended. Strike from Bernal. Deflected away. Bernal for Hundell, and he gets ahead to it. Cleared out by Montreal, and again, they've just avoided the corner.
There's two opportunities. Hundell on the byline, and then off a Sam Burnell cross and a flick from Hundell. Both times Johnson's movement at the back post was a little bit lethargic. This is where he really needs to come alive if he's going to score goals. Real strikers and poachers goals. He just doesn't get across his man and gamble.
Does look to be maybe limping a touch, and perhaps that knee that was injured earlier.
Yeah, that could be affecting him there. See, he's just flat-footed. He needs to gamble. Just take a risk, and if he darts into that space, he's got to tap in. Good spot though, Matt. I think maybe that knee's bugging him a little bit after that tough Dominguez tackle.
Osorio. Brian James. Tainter. Job.
James looks a player with high confidence right now. Every time he gets the ball, he looks real assured of himself. His passing's been spot on. And when you're playing this well, the game almost slows down around you. Your options, you have 2 or 3. Your awareness is good. And he's a player that has a huge upside. And he's another one that in the Canada Amway Cup games against Montreal just recently made his debut for Toronto FC's first team.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, that he looked pretty comfortable today. And he's been all over the pitch. We see him pressing up at times, looking like he's the lone forward, and then he slid back in defense as well, really playing all over the place today.
Good point, Matt. Not only is he wanted to get on the ball and look good and look pretty, he's also doing the ugly side of the game and closing players down and plugging holes. He's got a ton of energy. you'd almost describe him as a box-to-box midfielder, which are a bit of a dying breed because now you're either labeled as attacking midfielder or defensive midfielder.
Free kick one here for Montreal. Just over half an hour played at the Ontario Soccer Centre. We are scoreless, and either goalkeeper have really been tested. If you're watching us from your computer in the office this afternoon, slide on over to Facebook as well. Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content.
Stay strong with us as well. I know Romania and Switzerland just started another big Euro game. Speaking about the Euros, Matt, we were talking about one Cristiano Ronaldo before, and your thoughts on him?
And
the Iceland
fantastically
situation.
played game by Iceland yesterday. They probably could have won. They had some opportunities.
I don't know about one.
Well,
but 1-1 was a win for them.
It was, but they had, by keeping Portugal to 1, they had some opportunities of their own to get a 2-1 victory. But granted, Portugal probably should have scored 3 or 4 in the first half. And then Cristiano Ronaldo complaining or saying after the game that the celebration from Iceland made it look like they'd won the Euros, and he was a little bit perplexed by that. He's essentially saying, act like you've been there before, to a nation who is best known for having an exploding volcano and being the unlikely villain in a hockey movie. So I think Iceland fully allowed to celebrate like that. There's an opportunity for Montreal sent wide. And for Ronaldo, he's just got to, in my mind, shut up and play the game.
He does.
You didn't win in a game that you were heavily favored to win. And how many times have we seen Cristiano Ronaldo celebrate a goal by ripping off his shirt and flexing? So you want to talk about unnecessary celebrations, I think maybe look in the mirror.
Seriously. I hate it because my wife likes that celebration too. I'm like, please don't take your shirt off. No, but I agree with you. If he backs all his antics up and his bravado with a big performance, then fair enough, say what you want, but be a little bit humble. And credit to Iceland, it'd be like Vaughan going to the European Championships. 330,000 people only. Incredible blue scenes there, and going into the game I thought Portugal were going to steamroll them. By the end of the game I was a converted Iceland fan. I'm now on the Iceland train.
Here's an opportunity for Montreal. Ricci working around Thomas and well defended by Liam Fraser, and will clear for Osorio. Yeah, the 330,000 in Iceland. They might have more population in Little Portugal, in Toronto alone, than in Iceland. There's an opportunity now for Malik Johnson, streaking up the left side. He's into the area, works into the middle, just a little bit heavy on the touch. Too far away from himself to get an attempt at goal.
Maybe there he would have been better crossing it, but you can't knock him. I love that attacking play from your winger where you go at the fullback. If I'm a fullback, the last thing I want is Malik Johnson running right at me. More times than not, he's going to cause problems.
Fraser colliding in midfield there with Chouinière. And it's one of Montreal free kick. We'll point out as well, I know a lot of our Toronto FC2 viewers are from this surrounding Vaughan area, and they will be thrilled as I am with the 2-0 Italian victory over Belgium. An unexpected result in my eyes, but good on them. And
for me, the best result of the tournament. It couldn't have gone better for Italy. I'd love to see all the experienced and senior players in that back three do so well. A little bit disappointed with Belgium, all the star players that they just didn't produce on the day. They didn't really play from a structure. They looked like a five-a-side team, a little bit lost at times.
Got an injured Montreal player on the pitch. Once again, looks like it's, I can't make out the number 50 there.
Dominguez.
It is Marco Dominguez, so he'll get some medical attention.
A bit of a strange one. He actually gets caught by Malik Johnson as he's falling over, lands on his leg a little bit. Bit of a sore one. I think maybe his foot got caught in the turf.
Fans, reminder that all USL matches are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Follow the action on the USL YouTube channel today. Not only the live streams of every match this season, but plays of the week, saves of the week, goals of the week, and other highlights available on that channel. So for all of the highlights, there is only one spot for you to go to. It's that USL channel on YouTube. Take another look at the injury to Dominguez as he is lifted to his feet. Montreal's already had to use one substitute for injury replacement this morning. That was Lemire being replaced by Secunda back in the 8th minute. It looked like he collected a groin injury.
Yeah, it's a foul on Johnson initially as he beats the midfielder to the ball. And then as he's fouled, he falls into Dominguez. And he just catches him on the back of the leg. And you can see when he's walking off like that, he's just maybe opened his medial up a little bit.
He will limp off slowly, and we'll have to wonder if another substitution is coming for Montreal.
Yeah, we can see a couple of Montreal substitutes warming up.
So for the moment, Toronto has the numerical advantage. Bernal. Tainter. Skylar Thomas. Uccello trying to find Osorio up the left flank. He's into the area, crossed in, and trying to find Brian James, and that pass was picked off. Sent out for a Toronto throw.
Great bit of movement there. Love James breaking into the box. That all comes from, you might have seen it here. You see Johnson make a run inside into the middle of the park. That creates that space for the Osorio overlap. He just can't quite pick out James. James is just a little bit late getting into the box. But great movement inside from Johnson to create that space for Osorio.
There's Tabla pushing forward. Very well defended by Fraser. Forces a turnover for Bernal. And Brian James spearheading the Toronto attack. Played in for Hundle, just out of his reach, and he's kept it in. Now Uccello. Bernal. Bernal will have a go at goal, and it's deflected over by Crépeau and out for a Toronto corner.
Great strike from Sal Bernal. Hundle does really well to retrieve it. Here I'm thinking Liam Fraser's just going to step up into the play. He doesn't. Sam Bernal, it comes to Sal Bernal. One touch out of his feet. Hits the target. Definitely in shooting range. Good strike from him. He really puts his foot through the ball.
And Dominguez once again down on the pitch, and I have to imagine that he'll be subbed off soon. It's that, looks like his right ankle, or looked like he may have been grabbing the back before of the Achilles. Chantel, do you have any additional information on the injury?
Yes, actually, like we saw in that tackle, it was a bit of an ankle. Him and Malik both going down, but then his trainer said, you need to come off. He's like, let me feel it out, run a little bit. As we just saw, it's obviously enough pain that he is out of this game, and that's 2 down for Montreal.
And it does not look like they've made a substitution just yet, so a little bit short-handed here for this corner, and we'll see if Toronto can take advantage of that.
A little bit of a different setup for TFC2 here. You see Skylar Thomas starting with the keeper. We might see a bit of a set piece here from the training ground that Jason Benn and Chris Pozniak have worked on.
And it's Uccello to take the corner. Played a little bit too hard, and Tainter will have to run onto it.
Yeah, Uccello tried to pick out Tainter on the back post. He just tried to isolate him there, but he overhit his corner.
Tainter trying to win it back. Still working on it. He's won it back, looking to cross in, and well read by Crépeau.
Great play from Tainter. He had no right in winning that against 3 FC Montreal players. Does well to win the ball back. Just can't quite pick out, I think it was either James or Hundle at the back post. The keeper does well to intercept it, otherwise it's a tap in. Great tenacity from Tainter.
Fraser crosses over for Johnson. Not able to win that down cleanly.
Yeah, too bad he couldn't have controlled that. They had a great 2v1 set up with him and Osorio. Those two link up so well together.
Osorio with it now. Trying to find Johnson. Looked like he stumbled a little bit. And it's won back by Secunda.
Yeah, I think the fullback there just caught him a little bit. The ref could have given a foul there. You saw Johnson look at the ref looking for a decision.
Exiting the match, number 50, Marco Dominguez. Entering the match, number 24, Anthony Jackson.
Anthony Jackson will be coming in for Montreal. Johnson trying to play that in for Hundle. There's Osorio. Hundle tries a little bit of a turnaround and sends it wide. Bernal runs onto it to keep it in. Tries a cross, that's blocked. Now Job. James not able to get the force behind that header. And a Montreal counter. Chonier.
Good defensive play there again from Liam Fraser. Reads the ball. Just there, he was looking for Hundle. He would have been better just protecting the ball and keeping it himself.
Chonier. There's Tabla. Tabla with an opportunity high.
Just there, we see a glimpse of why possibly Manchester City, Arsenal, or Chelsea are watching this player. Not the best strike at the end of it, but what a quick first touch where he chops inside to set himself up for the left foot.
5 minutes of added time. There's an injury-filled first half.
5 minutes.
2 Montreal substitutions on account of injuries. Johnson from Toronto needing some attention as well, so an extended stoppage time for the opening half.
We talk about Edwards on the bench and maybe a little bit surprised that he's not playing, and maybe TFC2 are being a little bit cautious about getting him back out in the action. But you know what, for me, Matt, you've got to give some credit to Sal Bernal. He's been out there and he's been very consistent with his plays, not drifting in and out of the game. Every time he gets the ball, he makes things happen. Defensively, he's also making big plays. So he's making it really difficult for Jason Bent to drop him at the moment.
And Malik Johnson, excuse me, still looking like he's bothered by that knee just a little bit. And I have to wonder if we'll see Raheem Edwards sub on for him at half, which is a bit of a shame because it would have been great to see the 2 co-leading goal scorers on the pitch at the same time. Also available on the bench for Toronto today, Clément Simonin. We saw him in about half an hour, I believe, on Saturday night. Played well. Robert Boskovic, Aiden Daniels, Chris Manella, and Ao Akinola, who was just added to the player pool from the TFC Academy this week.
Yeah, they've been real physical with Johnson out here on the right side. I don't know if that was part of their plan. Not only is he had the fullback on him, but he had Dominguez coming over from midfield and doubling up on him. Here we see probably the first time he's been one-on-one.
And some good support from Tabla there. You mentioned it, Terry. The league is taking notice of the fact that not only has he got 4 goals, but he's got 4 pretty sensational goals this season. And
4 spectacular goals. I was saying before the game, I'd love to be his agent and try to sell him on that highlight reel.
But opponents have to realize that given a bit of space, he can make you look silly, and he's definitely become a bit of a marked man.
Yeah, he can. Not only can he score from distance, as we saw in the last game against Rochester, he scored a couple. I know it's a big comparison, but he scored a couple Messi-like goals where he's gone past 3 or 4 players and then tucked it away.
There's an opportunity for Jackson, and he can't run to it. Toronto hollering for the offside flag, but it was not lifted by the linesman.
Jackson, the center forward, he's 22. He's a young Canadian player. He's had experience with the Canadian Olympic team. He's made 5 appearances.
Tainert lifts that forward for Uccello. Uccello able to win that for Bouba Job. There's Bernal.
Great
Brian
awareness.
James. James with an opportunity. Plays in for Uccello. Stopped by the keeper. And Johnson not able to run onto it. Johnson maybe caught ball watching a little bit there as he didn't move himself into a position to grab that loose ball.
No, he didn't expect that rebound. For me, Uccello there.
And Toronto don't realize that Uccello down in the penalty area. He's worked himself back onside here. Johnson lifted forward and picked out by Crépeau.
Great ball from Brian James just before. You think he's going to shoot. I'm shouting from up here. He plays a clever ball to Uccello. Uccello, we'll see it at halftime in the replay pack, but he just gets pulled back and he's too honest for me there. If he goes down there, 100% it's a penalty. And maybe even worse as it was last man defending. He just gets a foot to it. Big save from the goalkeeper. But I think there was enough there where he could have gone down.
Job goes down there on his own accord with a spray of black turf pebbles behind him.
Bouba Job, he's normally good for 1 or 2 eccentric things every game, but you just sort of shake your head.
Secunda. Job lifts that forward.
I don't mind that defending, Matt, with 30 seconds to go in the half, taking no chances, just clearing it up the field.
Nayoja there. Looking to pick out Secunda, and a little bit of miscommunication there from the Montreal defenders. As we are nearing the end of the additional 5 minutes. Toronto, and there it is. That's the halftime whistle. Toronto, a good opening half, lacking a little bit of finish, but definitely the stronger of the two sides.
Yeah, they played very well in the first 45 minutes. They created 3 good chances. Their passing's been good. It's been slick. It's been positive every time they've got it. They've looked dangerous on the counterattack. In particular, Sal Bernal, I thought he stood out. He was very good. They've kept that confidence from the last game against Rochester, and if they keep playing like this, I think we might finally see 2 wins in a row for TFC2.
Malik Johnson picked up a little bit of an injury there in the first half. We'll see if he returns for the second. Montreal already using 2 substitutions on account of injuries. Of course, 5 are permitted. And Toronto in front of a packed house here at the Ontario Soccer Centre for the second school day game are level with Montreal, 0-0 after 45 minutes, but you sort of feel that a goal is coming for the home side. They've created some opportunities. Bernal and Johnson and Uccello central to all of that. And Sal Bernal is standing by with Chantel Blais.
Thanks, guys. Sal, still scoreless after 45. Overall impressions on that first half?
We're doing very well defensively and tactically. We just got to put the ball in the back of the net at the top, but other than that, we're doing very good.
You guys are creating the opportunities. You had a close one, hitting the post there with that chip. How important is scoring this next goal early in the second half?
It's all about mentality right now. Coming back into it, we still got 45 minutes left. We want to win this game.
All right, well, good luck in that second half. Matt and Terry, take it away.
Thanks, Chantel. As mentioned, Sal Bernal right in the thick of things for Toronto in that opening half. Probably had the best scoring opportunity of the opening 45, lifting it over the keeper and just wide. A good defensive effort for Toronto and just lacking a little bit of finish. They'll look to improve on that. Terry and I will have our thoughts on the first half when we return. You're watching Toronto FC2 and FC Montreal.
Sorry, we're not on yet. Yeah, Sal Bernal was great. Not only going forward, but also defensively, he worked really hard. Caused some turnovers and did fantastic.
Yeah, he probably had the best scoring opportunity of that half. Running on, or not running onto the ball. He got that lob over the middle from Liam Fraser.
Here we see him get a chance in the first minute early on. Probably comes to him a little bit too early. Here we see a great pass from Liam Fraser. Sits up nicely for him. He tries to lob it over the keeper with the outside of his foot. He might have been better going with the inside. Here we see some great feet from him. Lays a ball with great weight to Hundell. Hundell just leans back and puts it over the net. Here he takes no invitation to shoot. Great strike. Never going to beat the keeper from there, but earns his team a corner. Here, laid on, James has the ball at the edge of the box. Uccello makes a run into the box here. For me, he could have gone down there. He's a little bit too honest. Maybe that could have been a penalty. Keeper does well to come out there.
Strong half from Sal Bernal and Toronto FC too, but they have nothing to show for it. Level 0-0 with FC Montreal at the half. We'll have more, including the USL goals of the week, when we continue the halftime show. You're watching Toronto FC 2 and FC Montreal.
You guys seem very athletic. All right, I want you to put the ball between your knees. Put the ball between your knees. And what you're going to do, you're going to take a little roll from me. Watch how I roll, okay? Okay? Nice and easy. Put it between your knees. Tuck your hair in. Once you get your arms down. Are you ready? Tuck your arm. Put your arms up. Down to the ground. Down on the ground. You're going to tuck your head in and push your body forward and roll. There we go. Let's go. Let's try it. Let's go. Go ahead. There we go. You went. There we go. Let's go. Hey. Oh, she's still good. And a dab. And a dab. Here we go. Okay. What I want you to do is put it back there. You're going to roll. You're going to roll forward.
Welcome back to the Ontario Soccer Centre, Toronto FC 2 versus Montreal. Just a couple more minutes until the second half starts. So here are the USL goals of the week for week 11.
You're going to jump and catch the ball. It is.
Thompson setting it up. Thompson finding Kippy. Great ball. Looking down low. Kippy has a good touch from this side of the field. Now he'll dink it up midfield. Cross it in. Number 10. We have leveled this one at Bonnie Field. And Daniel Trickett Smith, the British invasion, has made good here. The youngster from the
FC Cincinnati has just seconds remaining here at home, clinging to a clean sheet. Ownby, does he have time for one more? He does. He sends it into the middle, and there it is. An equalizer by Richmond, who may have just stolen a point on the road.
Will it be Quinn? It will be, and he scored it. Aidan Quinn against his former club has given his team a 2-goal lead.
Oh, what a strike. Bent that with precision and power over the wall, right into the top corner. Keeper had no chance.
To be as McCracken goes through here, plays a nice ball in.
Oh, it's a great ball, Jaqua! First ever goal as a professional, and it's a big one as it gets the Blues back on track. Gorgeous finish by Akwafi Jaqua.
Right side, there's the cross. First time clear. And that's all the Hammerheads are trying to do right now. On cage, goal! Boy, that's pretty.
What a strike.
That is pretty. And that was a one-time blast, and we're 2-1. What a pretty goal.
We are going to take another quick break, but when we return, I will be talking to Toronto FC 2 head coach Jason Bent. Stay tuned.
Every day I'm shuffling. Hate is bad. One more shot for us. Another round. Just feel like don't us around. You just want to see. Now you hungry. You make it more.
Fans, let's make some noise for our freestylers, James and Dennis, for a great performance this afternoon, and to David, Sarkon, Miracle, and Faith for participating in today's halftime show. Fans, have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? Get the latest news and live stats, and check out the new social media hub. Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. Follow @USL on Twitter to become a league insider. Join club conversations and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow @NikeSoccer on Twitter for all of the latest Nike Soccer information. All USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. TFC2 fans, our next home game at the Ontario Soccer Centre is on Sunday, June 26th versus the Charleston Battery at 7:30 p.m. TFC2 season seats are also now on sale starting at $120. For more information, visit tfc2.ca. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back the officials and teams for the second half of play.
Welcome back to the Ontario Soccer Centre. I'm here with Toronto FC2 coach head Jason Bent. Jason, the team dominating the first half. How important is getting that first goal?
Yeah, outside of the first 10 minutes where we had some issues with their wide striker, almost coming in between lines almost as a second striker, gave us a little bit of issues, but after that we thoroughly controlled the half. The amount of times that we got in behind their high back line and had basically breakaways and numerous chances, but we just need to be a bit more ruthless. So the recipe for the second half will be killer instinct in terms of our mentality.
And Sal Burnell looked quite dangerous out there. What are your thoughts on his play?
Yeah, he's been positive, you know, definitely for weeks on end, and now we just we need a goal for our good play.
All right, well, good luck in the second half. Thank you. Matt and Terry, take it away.
Thanks, Chantel. Jason Bent looking dapper this afternoon, but probably
he was
a little
due
bit,
one. He was due a good
probably
look.
a little bit warm wearing that that vest on top of the dress shirt. But good insight from Jason. And let's take a look at the first half stats. 7 shots for Toronto to just 2 for Montreal. 3 on target, none on target for Montreal. Alex Bono hasn't had any work to do in the opening 45.
No, he hasn't. He looked good in the last game against Rochester, though, if he is called upon. He's got a real calming influence back there. The first stat that jumps out to me, obviously 7 shots to Montreal's 2. They just need to be a little bit ruthless now in that final third and stick away one of these opportunities. You can't go on missing chances because, unfortunately, in soccer, teams can come back and punish you, as we saw with Iceland yesterday.
Got a first substitution of the game for Toronto. Clément Simonin will enter, and Mitch Tainter will be taken off. A strong 45 minutes for Mitch Tainter following up a good performance from Saturday.
Yeah, he was very good. He'll be a little bit disappointed to come off. I thought he had a great first half. Both him and Skylar Thomas with
exiting the match, number 42, Mitchell Tainter. Entering the match,
Liam Fraser sat in front of them. That triangle was very good. Simonin, TFC2 really, and TFC, he's down from the first team squad, have been very cautious with his return from injury. He's had a nightmare couple of seasons. In the last game, he played 15 minutes. Today, he'll get 45 minutes under his belt. Against Rochester in his 15-minute cameo, you could tell how comfortable he was on the ball. He's a real sexy left-sided center half. He's got a great left foot. He'll never panic on the ball. And defensively, he's not like Tainter where he'll go and battle center forwards. He reads the game well, and he'll just try and nick in front of players to win the ball.
He was a high draft pick from Toronto in the first round of the MLS Super Draft back in 2015, last season. All 3 of the picks from the first round in that draft are in the game here today now. Skylar Thomas and Alex Bono were the other 2. Sal Bernal working into the area. Crossed in for Hundal with an opportunity, and he's lost it, and it's gone out for a corner. So Malik Johnson remains on the pitch. We thought maybe he might get subbed out. Raheem Edwards remains on the bench. Thought he might get a whole 45. Have to imagine he'll get maybe half an hour here.
Yeah, we see a good ball there from another good ball from Liam Fraser. This all happens because of that overlap. It's just out of your screen there, but Booba Jobe makes a great overlap, which allows Sal Bernal to cut inside.
Two big center backs in the area, Simonin and Thomas. It's Thomas who gets ahead to it, and it's just wide. Exactly what Luca Uccello was trying to do. Found one of his two big center backs.
Outswinging corner here from Uccello. Picks out Skylar Thomas, who rises really well, heads it down, does exactly what you should, just can't quite hit the target. He's a real force on set pieces, Skylar Thomas coming forward.
If Toronto can win some more corners and free kicks from close, having Thomas and Simonin in the same penalty area is going to cause some problems for Montreal. And I mentioned it on Saturday, how I was dying to see Simonin and Thomas on the pitch at the same time, and well, we've got it for 45 minutes here this afternoon.
Yeah, it's a good partnership. I always like it when you've got a right footer and a left footer at center half. It gives you a good balance, and they're both also, as you said, a threat on set pieces coming forward.
Here's Tabla. Swung in by Secunda. Bernal and Jobe will send it up for Hundle. Charbonneau goes up over the back of Hundle and wins it for Montreal.
Hundle there just needs to be a little bit clever. He's just watching the ball there rather than trying to feel for his center half. If he just backs into him, that'll create a little bit of space for him to hold the ball up.
William Fraser will send this up towards the Toronto bench.
It's important now, Matt, that TFC2 don't let the game go flat. They keep that intensity they had in the first half. I know it's difficult for 90 minutes to keep that tempo going, but this TFC2 team plays so well when they play at a high tempo.
Hundle looked like he wanted to be sprung on a break there, but Montreal defends it well. And now Tabla. Simonin disrupts that. Sal Bernal.
Tabla there just picks the wrong option. He's got the back four retreating against him. He needs to just keep running at them rather than passing it.
Malik Johnson has Uccello and just a little bit ahead of him.
Uccello working really hard to get forward up with the front three there. He makes a great run across into the corner there. He's going to take Montreal defenders with him. All Johnson needs to do there is just cut inside and let rip with his right foot. He's just caught in two minds there. He doesn't quite pass, he doesn't quite dribble. He needs to just execute one of them and get his shot off.
Booba Jobe will get whistled here and possibly cautioned as well. Yeah, it's a yellow card for Booba Jobe. That'll smack to the side of the head of David Chaumière.
Yellow card issued in the 50th minute. Number 61.
Here we see the Jobe card. He goes in, he's got his eyes on the balls there, but he just heads him right in the back of the head. It's a sore one for 12:50 in the morning. Or the afternoon, sorry. Nothing intentional about it.
That was the captain, Louis Béon-Goyette, on that free kick, but...
Good pronunciation, Matt, by the way.
Thank you. All the years of French that I took in school all the way up to grade 12 seem to be paying off today. My teachers will be thrilled.
My French was just watching the Habs play. Sorry, MLSE, I know you own Toronto.
Nope, no
Maple
talk
Leafs.
of the Montreal Canadiens on this broadcast, Terry.
My dad will be happy to hear me talking about them. We used to watch them in Vancouver on the French channel. As a 7-year-old, I was watching Alabou! Stéphane Richer.
I have a funny story of Montreal radio broadcast in a moment as Skylar Thomas clears that out for a corner. My dad always used to tell me a story about when French Canadian games were played on French radio, and the word for la rondelle, for the puck is la rondelle, and so the announcer would always repeat la rondelle, and people would think that that was the name of a player. And think, oh my goodness, this guy's all over the place.
He's on every shift.
This falls down to the back post, and Osorio will just let this roll out for a goal kick. Well struck there by Montreal.
Yeah, great ball whipped into the box there from Chanier, the player we highlighted before the game. Just no Montreal player gambled and made a good run into the box there. Osorio at the back post does really well to use his body to shield the Montreal player and get the ball out of play for a goal kick.
Cello brings that down, has some space, will send it out on the left flank for Osorio. He's got some room to run also. Osorio will find Malik Johnson. Back for Osorio, working towards the penalty area. Hundal not able to collect that cleanly, and Montreal will have an opportunity to clear.
Again, good link-up play down the left-hand side from Malik Johnson and Osorio. Those two play a good 1-2. Hundal just made his run to the near post a little bit early. Got across that front post. Once you get there, there's not a lot you can do with the ball other than try to hold it up.
Offside flag up for Toronto. Johnson with an interception there. Johnson tug on the jersey, and there's finally the whistle from the official. Looked like she was content to let Johnson play on if he could, but finally brought to a halt, and it will be a Toronto free kick.
Here we see Secunda pull back Johnson there. Easy decision for the referee. Surprised we didn't see a yellow card. Normally that's always a yellow card.
Bernal.
Great diagonal pass there from Simon, and that's one of the weapons in his artillery. He's got great range of passing at center half.
That's gone out for a throw for Toronto.
Probably of all the center halves at Toronto FC, he's the most comfortable on the ball. And that's a pretty bold statement with so many center halves doing well, with the likes of Moore, Hanglin, Zavaleta, Perkis.
Bernal. Cello not able to control that. Liam Fraser will have a go at goal, and it's just over. Liam Fraser stepping up offensively. Don't normally see that from his game.
No, great strike from Liam Fraser from distance. He does well to read the first pass from Montreal. We see him here read the pass out of the back four. Gets it out of his feet. Why not? He lets rip. Gets a bit of movement on the ball, as you've seen in the Euros there. Not quite able to trouble the Montreal keeper. Big week for the first team, Matt.
Hello.
They play LA Galaxy at home on Saturday, followed up on Tuesday night, June 21st. They've got the first leg of the final of the Canadian Amway Canadian Cup.
And it's been quite a while since they've won that, correct?
Last time they won it, I was playing.
Oh, really long time then.
So calm down. Yeah, it's a great tournament. And if you win it, you go on to play in the CONCACAF Champions League group stages, and you end up playing in Jamaica. You play in Mexico. We had a couple games against Santos Laguna, against Puma.
A couple of fun road trips.
Yeah, it's great. Great experiences. We actually ended up going to, where did we end up going? Somewhere in Central America. I think we were in El Salvador for a game.
There's Alessandro Ricci down the left side. Stops up, sends it towards goal, and Montreal has the opening salvo. An excellent cross from Alessandro Ricci, and it's chipped in by the substitution, Jackson. And he has Montreal on the board.
We spoke about it just after halftime. This is what can happen when you do not stick your opportunities away. Good play here from Montreal down the left-hand side. The ball's whipped into the box here. In-swinger on his right foot. Good finish from Jackson in the middle of the net there. Gets in between the two center halves and sticks it away.
I believe that's the first shot on target for Montreal.
Simonin needs to do a little bit. I couldn't quite see on the replay there. Simonin needs to do a little bit better. He's caught ball watching a bit. He needs to get closer to Jackson there.
And no hesitation from Jason Bent. He will call upon his co-leading goal scorer, Raheem Edwards, who has stepped up towards midfield to be brought on as a substitute. And Toronto with the better of the opportunities over the opening 55 minutes, but nothing to show for it, as Terry mentioned. Now they're down a goal.
Yeah, good finish from Jackson. Keeps his composure in the middle of the box.
And Kudula with a cross in.
That's his second goal on the season, the Canadian Olympic international.
Just the 7th goal on the season for Montreal.
I think the TFC back four just get caught. They think he's going to whip it in with his left foot. He cuts onto his right foot. The back four just get caught a little bit static. They're then ball watching, and Simonin loses. Jackson drifting into the box.
Another opportunity there. Tabla dispossessed, and Simonin so good with the ball, as you mentioned, Terry. Starts his counter for Toronto, and it's Bernal. Bernal with a tremendous first half. Works into the area, crossed in, looking for Hundal. It's blocked, and now Bernal down in the penalty area in pain. And he will work his way up to a seated position.
Yeah, sore one here for Bernal. Gets his studs caught in the ground. He's so dangerous, Bernal. If I'm a fullback, I don't know which way he's going to go. He can cut inside. He's also got the ability and that change of pace to go down the line. Just after he crosses it there, he gets caught by the fullback. I think that's one you'll be able to run off.
And he perhaps may have been who Raheem Edwards is to be subbed on for.
No, I think possibly Raheem Edwards was going to go on for somebody else, but they're just checking on
They may have changed their mind now.
Yeah, they're just checking on Sal Bernal because Raheem Edwards and Sal Bernal, that would be a like-for-like replacement. That possibly means Malik Johnson's going to come out of the game.
It is Malik Johnson who will sub out as Raheem Edwards. So one 4-goal scorer swapped for another.
Entering the match, number 48, Raheem Edwards.
Malik Johnson had some glimpses. He was a little bit in and out of the game. I think you've got to give some credit to Secunda and the midfielder, Dominguez, who came off in the first half, and now the captain, who slides over and double-teamed him a little bit. It's been difficult for him. But that, by him having 2 players on him at times, that's created space in the middle of the park for James and Uccello.
So Edwards will get a little over half an hour here to make his mark on the game.
Catcher there just tries a square ball. Once you've gone up, don't try those square balls in the middle of the park. Just play forward if you can, unless you're totally positive you're going to find a shirt. He's the one who scored the consolation goal in Cincinnati in the last game for FC Montreal.
Bernal trying to swing that in, deflected away. Uccello will go up and maintains the possession. Now he's lost it.
Yeah, it's important now that they've gone down 1-0 that they don't change anything. We've seen a couple of sloppy passes there. Liam Fraser, he's given the ball away. First time he's done it all game. It's important that this team carries on what they've been doing for the first 50 minutes. They were definitely the team on top. Don't change anything. Don't start panicking.
Offside flag up on Bujob.
There's still over 30 minutes to get that tying goal and possibly go on and get the winner. Once you start to force things, you lose that structure, and that structure that they were playing from was so good, especially in the first half.
Fans, don't forget to follow the USL on social media, at USL on Twitter, at USL Soccer on Instagram for shots of live action, match highlights, and action shots from all the games around the USL. At USL on Twitter, at USL Soccer on Instagram. That's given away. Montreal come down with it. Fraser will intercept and played back to midfield. Beongoyet. Gilwa. Brian James. Sean Hundal.
Switch it.
Finds James up on that right flank, and excellent tackle there from the Montreal defender. Gets all ball and forces Brian James up and over.
If Hundle just gets his head up and looks to the left, Edwards is in an acre. Segunda just got caught up the field. Edwards is through one-on-one.
Simonin will play back for Bono.
You can see this Montreal back line's very high, Matt, up the pitch. There's so much space in behind. Anytime Toronto FC pick that right pass, they're almost in on goal.
There will be another substitution here for Montreal. Yassine Aitsilime, number 57, coming in, and their leading goal scorer, Balou Tabla, will be coming out.
Didn't see a whole bunch from the young center forward out front. It's not easy leading the line on your own. He started off in the number 9 position, and then when Jackson came on, he drifted out wide to the right. In glimpses, we saw some of his ability and why some of the top clubs in England are following him.
Just under half an hour to go here. Plenty of time for Toronto to find an equalizer, and perhaps more, as they look for consecutive wins for the first time in their season and a half of existence.
Geez, I can't predict anything right. At halftime, I thought for sure Toronto FC were going to go on and get that goal. Yesterday, I called Portugal to steamroll Iceland.
Well, you're not alone in that. And Jackson in behind the defenders. Jackson still with it. And a wonderful save from Bono to recover. Scary moment there for Toronto.
Good goalkeeping from Bono. Does so well to stay on his feet. Shows good foot movement to follow Jackson all the way, follow all his feints, and then dives down and smothers it.
Good play there from Uccello. That's taken a deflection, and Hundle will not be able to get to it, and it's out for a Toronto corner. As we'll see another look at Alex Bono's save.
Good ball in behind from FC Montreal to Jackson. Makes a good run in behind Skylar Thomas. Great footwork from Bono. Gets across. Cuts the angle down. Farmer would have been better actually cutting it back to his midfield and making a late run into the box. His head was down. Wasn't able to pick him out, but fantastic goalkeeping from Bono.
Uccello will swing it in. He's got the two tall center backs. It goes off the head of Skylar Thomas. Punched away by Crépeau as Edwards was up trying to get a second touch. That almost sort of just redirected off of Skylar Thomas's head.
Yeah, it turned into a bit of a scramble. Initially, it was a big header in the middle of the penalty box from Guguerre for FC Montreal between Skylar Thomas and Liam Fraser.
There's Bernal trying to find Hundle in behind Charbonneau.
Yeah,
and that did not connect.
Right idea, just couldn't quite execute the pass. He doesn't need to be too precise there. He just needs to leave it in behind that FC Montreal defense. And with this turf being so slow, that ball will never run through to the goalkeeper.
Another Montreal player down. We'll remind you, Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the Nike Soccer information. I believe that's Jackson, the goal scorer, down on the pitch, clutching his left shin. See if we can spot anything on the replay. Looked like he may have just come down a little bit awkwardly on that left leg. And that would be a loss for Montreal, as he has their lone goal here this afternoon. They've already needed to make 2 substitutions because of injury.
Not only has he scored the goal, but he's also been a bit of a force up there. You can see he's a big boy. He's got the ability to hold the ball up and bring other players into play. He's got a great first touch, but he's pretty dynamic. You'll see him run in behind Skylar Thomas and Simon, and he'll stretch TFC2 a little bit. One of the things about this turf, Matt, is anytime you go down on it compared to grass, that injury or the impact is just amplified that little bit more. I remember I was playing at New England's field. What's the Patriots field called?
Gillette Stadium.
At Gillette Stadium, and my teammate Danny Couverman's a designated player for TFC, Dutch international. He never played again after going down on his knee. Right in front of me, did his medial. It was a horrible sight. He was my roommate. But for me, some of these injuries don't happen if it's on grass.
Opportunity for Toronto there was thwarted as Hundle committing the foul on Charbonneau. Osorio does well to win that back forward for Toronto. Charbonneau will meet it for Montreal. Osorio once again will go up and push it up. Edwards not able to win that through. Jackson against Thomas. Thomas still with it. Jackson defends that well, but Jackson's won a free kick right outside the area. And Thomas will get a yellow card for his troubles.
Not sure if that's a yellow card for me. As a player, you want to see consistency from the referee. That shoulder-to-shoulder challenge looked very similar to the Dominguez challenge in the first half on Malik Johnson. We see here the ball go into Jackson. He uses good strength to hold it up. It's a nifty footwork. But Skylar Thomas uses his body, shoulder to shoulder, just nudges him over. There's no malice in it. For me, I don't think it's a free kick, let alone a yellow card. The referee's had a good game today, but I think she gets that one wrong.
So free kick here for Montreal. Was taken by Cacher. Looking to double the lead, right into the wall, comes back to him, and he's put it over.
Cacher, who scored the consolation goal against FC Cincinnati in Montreal's last game in injury time. His free kick there wasn't great, but on the follow-up, tries to bend it into that far corner around Bono, catches it on the half volley and just hits it over the net.
Simonin steps up and sends that forward. Speon Goyette not able to pick out Jackson. Frazier to the right flank for Bernal. Crossed in, looking for Hundle, and it's headed away. And Toronto just lacking that final ball right now.
Yeah, in fairness to, here we just see a very late tackle.
I think Osorio tried to pound the ball back forward, and he ended up hitting Eight Sliman, who was on the pitch. And sort of the ball looked like it pounded right into his stomach. The Montreal player's not happy about that.
Here, yeah, we're just seeing the scenes of a heated derby and how much it means to the players.
And look, the goalkeeper's also all the way up to midfield.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to mess with Big Bono.
Maxime Crépeau looks like he's got some size on him as well.
Yeah, we see a late tackle there. And then you're right, Matt, Osorio just blasted into him. There's no need for there, and you can see why the FC Montreal players are upset. Causes a bit of handbags around the halfway line. I'd be surprised if the ref does. Yeah, you see him book Osorio there. Since conceding, TFC2 have become a little bit disjointed. They've got caught up in some of FC Montreal's antics. They need to get back to playing their possession, passing-based game if they're going to get anything out of this.
TFC2 season seats are on sale, just $120 per seat. Visit tfc2.ca to secure your tickets today. Aiden Daniels is also, looks like he's going to be coming on as a substitute shortly. Will be the third for Toronto. And he is going to be taking the place of Brian James, who had a strong 70 minutes here today.
In the 71st minute. Exiting the match, number 36, Brian James.
Yeah, for me, he had a real good first half. He ran out of steam a little bit here in the second half. I think this is a good substitution. Daniels brings a lot of energy to the midfield. He's got a real great change of pace. You'll see him pick up the ball, and all of a sudden he'll drive it at back fours. You don't see that very often from a midfielder. He's a good size as well. He'll be a threat at set pieces.
So the throw is to Montreal. That was always the next outcome.
I thought it was an initial foul. Yeah, you see the ref just pointing for a foul on the halfway line.
I stand corrected. It will be a free kick to Montreal.
Initially, you called the free kick and the fact that Osorio did kick the ball at him.
No cautionings on either side. So I think the referee smartly just letting that play out. As you mentioned, just a heated moment in the rivalry. At least I didn't see any yellow card. They haven't announced it yet, so we'll see if I stand corrected on that as well. Montreal pressuring offensively here. It's chipped into the area, looking for a return feed. Was Mkungilwa, and it was just sent out wide. Little hard, and it's gone for a goal kick.
Yeah, Jackson there just needs to take the ball in.
And just won a free kick. Daniel out. See what Toronto decides to do.
I'd like to see Uccello run over it and just...
Edwards! Stopped by Crépeau. Maybe just needed a little bit more power behind that.
Yeah, I think it just catches a deflection, which takes any speed out of the ball, though he didn't strike it too cleanly. Good handling from Crépeau in the net.
Rigi. Back-headed forward by Frazier. Daniels. Lost that.
Daniels going to have to come up to the speed of this game in midfield so quickly. In the middle of the park, you don't have a second to dwell on the ball. The three Montreal midfielders, they'll smother you.
There's Uccello. There's Simonin calmly carried that forward for Toronto. Bernal. They're going to pick out Hundle, and once again, just not able to find the right combination of pace and positioning. So we'll see what Edwards attempted on that free kick.
Yeah, he tries to whip the ball to the keeper's right, just scruffs it a little bit, catches a deflection on the way through. Since coming on, we've not seen a whole bunch of Edwards. Toronto haven't been able to isolate him on that left-hand side where he's so dangerous, using his pace and his dribbling ability.
Uccello trying to find Daniels in behind. Here's Edwards. Edwards works his way in. Edwards still with it. And it's stopped by Crépeau. Edwards still, and that should be out for a corner, and it's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, it might have just creeped over the end line there. There we see Edwards so dangerous. He squares him up 1v1. Great play from him here to react to get on this loose ball. He gets here. Great change of pace here. I think he just needs to shoot there. Just dwells on it and loses that opportunity. Crépeau comes off his line and smothers it.
Yeah, that feels like an opportunity lost for Toronto.
Yeah, he was just reluctant to use his right foot there. He was trying so hard to check onto his left foot. At the end, he just tried a cheeky chip, a little bit like what Messi does, but couldn't quite get it over. Crépeau came out off his line quickly.
Daniels, the foul there on Béon Goyette. Montreal has won the free kick and will make a substitution. Rigi will be coming out, and it will be Philippe Lincourt-Joseph.
Exiting the match, number 49, Alessandro Rigi. Entering the match, number 46, Philippe Lencourt Joseph.
Free kick to be taken by the captain, Bayon Goyette. Played in for Jackson. Played over for Chaunière. Toronto stole momentarily, chipped over, and Simonin heads it away. Daniels chips over for Bernal. Now Bouba Job. Job trying to play forward for Hundel, hits it too strong, and Hundel not able to get to it before the keeper does.
The fullback gets it in a great position on the halfway line there. He just tries to force a ball to Hundel that was never even on. Overhits it, needs to turn his boots down a little bit.
Offside flag up for Montreal.
It looks like TFC are just a little bit predictable now in that final third, forcing things a little bit. Maybe they just need that extra pass. Great ball from Daniels there.
There's Edwards. Edwards works into the area, looking to cross, trying to find Hundel.
Important block there in the middle of the goal from Charbonneau. Reads that pass.
Free kick won by Montreal. Another substitution here. Ao Akinola will make his professional debut in the 79th minute of this match. He'll come on in place of Sean Hundel.
Number 46, Ao Akinola.
Yeah, he stepped up from the academy, got called up this week. He's born in Brampton, bit of a strange one, but he actually got called up to play for the US Under-17 national team April 15th and 17th. Funnily enough, against the Canadian Under-17 national team. Maybe he could be the next Teal Bunbury, selling his country out to play for the US national team, but he must be some player to get into that US national team squad, or youth team squad. This should be the first I've seen of him. He looks a big boy out there.
About 10 minutes remaining here for Toronto. They continue to look for an equalizer. Nearly had one about 5 minutes ago from Raheem Edwards. Just couldn't pull the trigger. Reminder fans, all USL matches are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Follow the action on the USL YouTube channel. Is there an injured Montreal player across the way? Okay. Maybe a bit of a cramp.
These FC Montreal players definitely need some ice on the bus on the way back to Montreal down the 401. A little bit beaten up today. In fairness, you saw signs of life in their last performance against FC Cincinnati, where they got beat 2-1, where they were pretty organized and looked a good side. That maybe they're a little bit better than the record of just one win all season. The last thing Toronto wanted to do was give them anything to hold on for and concede and give them that little bit of spark.
They went on a bit of a run last year during the summer months, July and August. I think at one point they had won 5 in a row and they were scoring with great regularity. And that just has not materialized this year. And that's a second yellow card for Bouba Job. And so now down a goal, Toronto will also be down a man. And Skylar Thomas wearing the captain's armband today, over to discuss that with the referee, and he's not pleased.
Great distribution from the keeper. He does really well to keep it in play. Good little nutmeg on Job.
Looks like a bit of an elbow to the face there.
As Job turns just to get back, he just catches him with his left elbow. For me, I think the ref has to brandish that yellow card. I don't think there was any intent from Bouba to catch him, but when you catch someone in the face with a high elbow, you don't leave the referee with much of a decision to make.
This is the second time in the last 4 games that Toronto will go down a man. Skylar Thomas was guilty of that 3 matches ago against Wilmington.
Yeah, real uphill battle now. They're already struggling to get on the ball and keep possession. Now it's going to be extra difficult with just 10 men.
And there's an aggressive challenge there, and it will be first booking for Montreal. That's David Chaunière. And Alex Bono out to complain to the referee, arguing it's the same guy. Obviously a hard foul committed earlier, and maybe they want to see more strict penalty than just a yellow card.
No, they're frustrated because he's going down with cramp here. He just went down before a little bit earlier. Just killing time a little bit, Central American style. I hate to see stuff like this.
And referee ordering him straight off.
Skylar Thomas has to keep his cool here. You see him losing it a little bit.
And there will be a substitution here for Montreal. The injured player is number 53, Masson Belcacher, and he is being subbed off.
But Matt, as we know at Ontario Soccer Centre, we have seen so many late goals and drama, so you can never count out this Toronto FC team.
Absolutely.
Substitution for FC Montreal in the 84th minute.
Novello Yoseki, I believe that's how it's pronounced. Coming on for Montreal. Yoseki, yep. So Montreal losing possession there. That's Linkor Joseph. And I think the key you mentioned there, Terry, is Toronto needing to remain composed. We saw the scuffle on the far side and the second yellow card here, and now players coming up to yell with the official, and that rarely gets things done. And down a man also, if they're going to fight that uphill battle to get a goal, they can't be fighting with themselves and the officials also.
Yeah, and by doing that, not only it's not going to change the referee's decision, but you're wasting time. You've only got 6 minutes to go. The last thing you want to do is be arguing with referees or arguing with the other team. You just want to get on with it. And even with 10 men, there will be opportunities to get the ball in the box, and you know, hopefully one of them just falls nicely for them.
And how big does that missed opportunity by Raheem Edwards now loom?
Yes, for me, it's more the opportunities in the first half that they missed. Those 3 very good cutting-edge chances. I think Sal Bernal has to do better on the one where he tries to put it over top of the keeper.
Montreal pressing here for a second goal. That looked like it was out, and the referee waving that off. And now Liam Fraser will just boot it up the pitch.
In fairness to Sal Bernal, I mean, I know he's got to do better there. He's probably been arguably Toronto FC's best performer today again. He's probably been, over the last month or so, he's been real consistent with his performances. You know what you're going to get from him every week, and that's a manager's dream.
There's the opportunity for Toronto. Akinola just a little bit behind where it needed to be. Sal Bernal.
Akinola needs to just keep driving with it. Make the Montreal back four make a decision. See if you can get one of the center halves to step out so the Montreal back four is disjointed.
This comes down. And a couple of good challenges there from Skylar Thomas. And I believe the offside flag up for Montreal. Substitution coming here for Toronto. Robert Boskovic will enter for Osorio. It's the fourth substitution used by Jason Bent's side.
Robert Boskovic.
The Montreal bench was hollering for a penalty there against Skylar Thomas.
It was definitely offside. Good decision from the linesman and the referee, though a little bit delayed. See TFC here, they've got 4 players on the halfway line just marking 1 striker. I think now with just under 4 minutes to go, you can afford to just push 1 or 2 players forward. I don't think you need a holding midfielder in Liam Fraser there.
Edwards to throw.
As I say that now, Skylar Thomas has gone forward.
Right into the area, and bounces into the waiting hands of Maxime Crépeau. Streaking up the right side is Edwards. Edwards will come on to it. Edwards crossed over, and it's deflected away.
That could have gone anywhere off Secunda. Great bit of one-on-one play from Edwards.
Bernal crossed in, deflected, and Crépeau has to jump to grab that.
Secunda at the back post off the Edwards cross, got his body shape all wrong. He just hacks at it. Unfortunately, it goes away from the goals.
Simonin.
Everyone's wanting it to feet there. They need someone to go in behind.
Bernal running to it. Wins a free kick.
You see Sal Bernal there giving 100%, just getting in front of the fullback. Whoever wins that race to the ball, they're going to get the free kick. Fullback just has too much momentum to stop. Definitely a free kick here on Sal Bernal. You'll see him just get his toe to it, which is enough. And it's a foul by... Matt, you're going to have to help me with this name.
Mkungila, sorry.
Mkungila.
Uccello lifts it over, and they've got the equalizer! It's Liam Fraser!
I spoke about that there might just be one opportunity off a set piece at the end of the game if they keep their cool. Uccello puts a great ball into the box, just asking for a player to get their head on it. And it's Liam Fraser, who's been solid all night in the middle of the park, gets forward, free header, diving header, sticks it into the back of the net. He's not going to miss from there. Lovely ball by Uccello. I love the shape in it. What a cultured ball into the box. Montreal, FC Montreal will be disappointed with their defending. There was no body near him.
First professional goal for Liam Fraser. And as you mentioned about 5 minutes ago, Terry, we've been known to see some drama here at the Ontario Soccer Centre. It's a late equalizer for Toronto. 5 minutes of added time.
That 5 minutes for Jason Bent's going to feel like an eternity now.
And do they have enough for a winner? Does Montreal have a winner? Great sliding challenge there from Simon, and he's been taken down now. Still loose for Montreal. Will they take a strike? It's blocked by Fraser. Mkungila deflected off Bernal, out for a Montreal corner.
Good defending from the winger Bernal to stop the cross coming in. But how does the referee not give a foul on Simonin? After some good defending, he gets to the ball. As he's taking it away, he's hacked down by the FC Montreal. The ref lets play go on.
Corner swung in and pushed back out by Edwards. Back into the area for Montreal. That's Jackson, the goal scorer, working against Skylar Thomas. He's on a yellow card. Here's Bayon Goyette, blocked by Fraser. What a 5 minutes he's had. Couple of blocks following his equalizer.
Yeah.
Boskovic.
The last 5 minutes have summed his game up. I know the coaching staff here love this player. It's difficult for him with the captain Chris Manella playing in there all the time, but today he's really stepped up with Chris Manella on the bench. Not only has he defended well and been a great screen in front of the back four, his passing range has been excellent. I've not seen it so far this season. He's hit some great diagonals in behind. And of course, stepped up with that big tying goal off the Uccello free kick.
It's a goal kick one here for Toronto.
Toronto doing a little bit of what FC Montreal did to them about 5 minutes ago. Just dragging it out a little bit.
The referee urging them to play forward.
great for the school kids to see a goal. Saw them going crazy as Liam Fraser went over and celebrated the big fist pump.
Oh, and there's a whiff, and Akinola's got an opportunity. Akinola stopped by Crepeau. Oh, what a moment there for the rookie, and he was not able to take advantage. First professional appearance, and he had the game on his foot.
What a debut that would have been.
Now Montreal off the post! Jackson onto the rebound. My heavens, what a 5 minutes here in Toronto.
Are you kidding me, Matt? What a finish. Grigere.
There's an opportunity for Montreal, cleared away by Fraser out for a corner.
How is Grigere given so much time on the edge of the box? Here we'll look at Toronto FC's chance.
I guess Charbonneau just whiffs.
Charbonneau misses it. Akinola tries to open his body up like Thierry Henry. In fairness, he does everything right. It's a great save from the goalkeeper. And then Grigere is given way too much time at the edge of the box. Hits the base of the post with his left foot. You see Bono sprawling across the net. He just can't get there. He's beaten. I don't know what's up with the last injury time here.
Yeah, on Saturday night, we saw 2 goals in injury time, one from Toronto to take a 2-0 lead, and then Rochester comes right back and gets it to 2-1. It's a 90-minute game, lads. The first 85 have been a little sleepy.
Wow, great effort from the 10 men from TFC2 here. When you have a record like FC Montreal has, there's definitely, you know that there's a soft side to them and that they've struggled to see games out, and full credit to this young Toronto team for sticking in there. And you know what? They probably deserve something from this game, especially on their first half performance. It definitely merited at least a point.
It was an interesting way to get there, but probably you're right that at least a point. Foul there, free kick to Montreal.
Wow, what a chance for Akinola, who he was almost a little bit surprised that Charbonneau whiffed on it, as you would describe it. All of a sudden he's in one-on-one. He could have been the hero. Just tries to feed it around the keeper, and goalkeeper sharp off his line again.
Corner one here for Montreal. They're taking advantage of that numerical advantage. Toronto down a man. Bouba Diop sent off for 2 yellow cards. And since the equalizer, Montreal have had opportunities to regain the advantage. And
big set piece here.
We've reached just over 5 minutes of the minimum 5 minutes. This may be the last opportunity of the game. And Bono is sharp on the line to save it. And there it is. Montreal had the opportunity to win it, and Alex Bono preserves a point for Toronto.
Big catch from Bono. He does so well to hold it. He had FC Montreal players all around him. Liam Fraser just gets twisted, gets it all wrong, and he's heading all of a sudden back at his own goal.
Let's get another look at the nearly winning goal for Montreal.
We see the GoPro here, great angle. Liam Fraser goes up here. Might have actually been...
I think it was off the head of Jackson.
Might have been Jackson. Big save from Bono. Bono's couldn't have done anything about the goal. 2 big games in a row for him. Looked very comfortable in net.
We see the Montreal players disheartened, to say the least. Their second victory of the season in their grasp, and it slipped away. An 89th minute header from Liam Fraser as 10 men Toronto pulls a point away from Montreal.
What a great Canadian derby, man. It really lit up here in the last 5 minutes.
We'll see both goals here.
Here we
Montreal
see the first goal here. Great cross on his right foot. He checks back. Center forward is in a goal-scoring spot. For me, Simonin needs to do better. Here, great delivery from each other. Cultured ball into the box. Liam Fraser wants it more than anybody else out there. He's been fantastic on the day, and he tops it off with a great goal.
And Liam Fraser is with Chantal Blais pitch side. Chantal?
Liam, first goal in the USL. Break down that goal for us.
My defender just wasn't paying attention. I faked to the back post, went near post, and got it right in the middle. And I mean, I think it was just a great ball in, and I'm just pleased for the team performance. Obviously, it's not an ideal scenario to be down one man, but I mean, we fought back, and that's massive for us, so we're happy with that point.
It was a tough physical game between you guys and Montreal. You guys are rivals. Tell me a little bit and tell us about what it's like out there against them.
I mean, it's feisty, but you have to be prepared for that coming up for this match. I feel like we started off very strong, and we could have capitalized a few more times, but what we did on the ball, I feel it was good, and I mean, we'll go back to training. We'll work more this week, game on Cincinnati this coming weekend, so I mean, we're just looking forward to getting back playing.
Well, congratulations on your goal.
Thank you very much.
Matt and Terry, back to you.
Thanks, Chantel. Love the honesty from Liam Fraser. My defender wasn't paying attention.
I would have said great movement for me to get away from him, but he was immense in that midfield battle today.
Great afternoon from Liam Fraser, and it's a 0.1 for Toronto. Down to 10 men for the final 10 minutes, and they equalize late and earn a draw from Montreal. They'll be back in action on Saturday. They'll head to Cincinnati for the first time this season, and that full house at Nippert Stadium. Another road game in Louisville following that, then back home on June 26th against Charleston. Toronto FC2 and FC Montreal draw 1-1. Have an excellent Wednesday evening. Thanks for joining us.